There you go. So, and I don't like watching myself in there either. Alright, so, welcome Adam. So I've got, your treatment plan goals. I updated, I don't think I had this at the top last time either, did I?
Challenge statement which identifies issues as criminal thinking. No,
Okay.
that's new.
Why don't you read that, see if that makes sense to you, if there's anything on there that you wanna change. Cause I kinda got that off of your,
Mr.
paper you
Magum
turned in.
identifies issues as criminal thinking, codependency with intimate relationships. Mr. Magum wants to learn the coping skills that allow him to think pro-socially and be independent in relationships. Yeah.
Does that sound okay?
Yeah.
Okay. And
That's
then
for sure.
I formulated our sixth goal based on our previous conversations. So I want you to read that and see if you think that will work or if we need to change that at all.
Client will gain understanding of how to decrease dependence on relationships while beginning to meet his own needs, build confidence, and practice assertive skills. Identify abandonment experience in family of origin and verbalize how this has influenced current relationships, verbalize and understanding how dependent traits contribute to choosing patterns and friends who were demeaning and controlling.
So then those would be the activities.
List 10 areas he does independently or without assistance from others. There's 5 areas client avoids due to lack of independence. Identify childhood experience that still bothers you, one you'd like to put to rest, complete corresponding with my childhood, self-activities that have. Okay.
Does that sound okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds
we
good.
can go there, and if you find it's not working for you or something's not right, let me know, and we can tweak it a little bit more and see where it wants to go. 'Cause I mean, it's your goal, so what
Right.
do you wanna get out of it?
Right.
But from our previous conversations, about your codependency within the relationship piece of it, not wanting to be alone, that part of it, that was what I could get out of that. Fine for that piece of it.
Yeah, it's a hard one though. That goal is
'Cause it's codependency, but it's not.
Right.
Because you can be alone.
Right. Right.
You can be independent.
Right.
Except when it comes to the relationship piece of it, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
That's how I understood it, so.
Yeah, fully.
Okay. Alright, so you think that'll help out?
Yeah, I think it will. But like I said, it's hard. It's a hard one. Like I've been thinking about it every day, and it just eats at me, and I just can't find a way to break free from it. Like it's hard. It really is.
Okay, we talked about this morning. It's gonna be hard. But you gotta push through it, and you'll find a way.
Right.
You'll find a way.
Right.
But give yourself some time, give yourself some credit. I mean, that's the part of it too, is build yourself up too, that,
Right.
you know what, I can do this, and I'm okay with it. And I think part of that though stems back to the childhood thing, and so I'm hoping that when we talk about that might have something to do,
Right.
with your dad and stuff, so.
And I'm sure, I mean, looking back, like I'm sure that's where it all stems from. But then, like through life, not being able to, or not dealing with it. You know what I'm saying? Like so it really just kind of festered and grew in certain areas, and then now here I am, 34 years old, trying to
Figure it out.
Yeah, and it's giant. Like it's, you know what I'm saying, and I don't know. It's time to fix it. I know that.
You've probably been trying along the way though, haven't you?
Yeah, but
we haven't really thought about it.
No, I've put it like how would I say it? I've just overlooked it. You know what I'm saying? Like I've suppressed it so far that I just don't look at it. You know what I'm saying? I haven't. Like I look past it every time I've been to treatment or any time I've ever been in therapy or until like till drug court, until I got like one-on-one counseling through drug court. I began to talk about it a little bit, and it opened up some old emotions that was pretty heavy, and so I knew that like it's real, it's still there, and but like I said, it's become a giant, and I know that like through, like say me and my girlfriend today, we get in an argument, and then I like want to separate myself from a situation, or like I want to get away from a situation, and I just can't, even though it's making me more angry and more mad.
Right.
Which is just, I don't know, it's a crazy thing. I don't understand it. Like I'm a really smart person. I don't understand how something can have such a grip on me, you know? I don't understand that.
Right. From so long ago.
Right. But I
And
don't, I
it's
still,
here.
yeah, I just don't understand it.
Well, I think you hit it on the head when you said you suppressed it for so long that finally it's done. It's ready to push itself back up and make you deal with it now.
Right.
You know, maybe before you weren't ready to deal with it, and now you feel like you are ready to deal with it. Whether you are or not, I think it's coming to head, and you have to figure it out.
Right.
Right. So maybe that's why you were meant to be in this treatment program this time around. Yeah. Maybe.
Maybe. I don't
Try,
know.
Adam.
Like I said, if I learn one thing, you know, it will have been worth it, you know. But and I'm trying, you know, I am. I'm trying, and like I said, like every day, I'm trying to catch myself in bad behaviors and you know, bad habits and.
Great. Self-awareness is awesome.
Yeah, and I'm really working on that because in the world I need to be aware, you know, because like I said, like me going to prison was a direct result of criminal behavior that I didn't need to demonstrate. I didn't need to do what I did. There was no need, you know.
Right.
I mean, so yeah.
Gotcha. So what are you doing when you catch yourself doing something that you don't want to do or going the wrong path?
Well, I ask myself, like, why am I doing this? You know what I'm saying? Like I get down to kind of like the core of it, like, okay, I'm bucking the system because I want to get over on the system because the system's got over on me, but why do I need to get over on the system, you know? And that's what it boils down to, and then it comes to me back to, so don't do it, because then you're going to do it again, and then you're going to do it again, and ultimately you will be caught, you know what I'm saying, no matter what it is. So, I mean,
Is that kind of what happened in the past? You got caught?
Yeah. Yeah, I got caught.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What kind of emotions are you feeling? Are you feeling some feelings in this spot too when you catch yourself?
I don't know. Sometimes I do, but sometimes I think it's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm serious.
How do you think it's funny?
How?
Yeah, you
like
I example or something.
I don't know, because I have a problem with authority. So it could be something so small as to having food in my room, or sneaking food upstairs from down here, or something so small, and I'm like, haha, got him. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then like I think about it, and like it's so minuscule, but at the same time, it's really not, because ultimately, I mean, it could result in a write-up, and then 4 of them write-ups could result in me going to COPD, which could result in something big going in my file for when I go for parole.
Right.
But like becoming like, at least like now, like I'm on such a good path today that like I'm aware when I do it, and I'm like, I at least think about it, you know what I'm saying, and then like I weigh my options, you know what I'm saying, like, is this really going to be worth it? You know, why are you doing this? What's the ultimate goal, or is there another way around this? You know,
is that one of those core beliefs behind there then?
I don't know if it's really, I think it's, I don't know, because of the time that I've done in prison, I think that I just don't like authority, you know?
Okay.
Like, and it's not, I don't know, like I went to military school for 4 years, you know what I'm saying? When I was able to sign myself out of military school, I signed myself out of school.
Right.
Like, you know, like, you know, so I've kind of always had, looking back, I've probably always had some sort of, and I don't know where that comes from either. I don't know where that comes from either.
Okay.
But
how did military school come into play? Is that something everybody in your family went to, or you just decided that was for you, or what?
Well, no, I was gonna go to the Marine Corps. I got in trouble, a lot of trouble, and when I was younger, and my mom thought, well, military school was, you know, and at the same time, like I kind of wanted to go to the service, and being that I had already committed a bunch of felonies, the only way for me to ultimately get to where I wanted to go if I wanted to go into the military would be going to military school.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I went to school, like I was really, I played sports.
Mm-hmm.
I lettered in high school, and like I was gonna go. I had full ride scholarships to go to 6 Division I schools, and I ended up signing myself out when I turned 18 because I wanted to be like, but I knew, but I didn't know that I wouldn't be able to get those scholarships after that. I thought that like I was already seen as an athlete, and what does me finishing at that school have to do if I didn't just go to another school and finish, you know?
Okay.
But, so I lost all of that, and then of course I lost my opportunity to go to into the Marine Corps. I was actually going to go to Texas University and go through ROTC and play, and if I didn't, if I didn't make it on the football team, I would, which I would have made it to play college ball, but I might have made it pro. And if I would have, I would have went through the ROTC program and went through OCS school and came out of basic training as an officer.
So the authority thing, going back to that piece of it, 'cause that's where I was going to with the military school. It goes all the way back to there, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Authority.
but it's even before that because, like I said, I signed myself out of school because I wanted to be like, you know, basically like fuck you, you know. I didn't. I don't know. I don't know. It's weird, and maybe it's because I got in trouble at such a young age for you know, I was first arrested. My first time I was arrested, I think I was 11 years old. You know,
pretty young then.
And I was arrested for something that I didn't even do. You know, I mean, I was there, but I didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? And so, I don't know. A lot to think about.
It is, because I think it still comes back to that core belief in that belief system. So if you could identify a core belief with all of that, what do you think? What do you think it might possibly be?
I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Inadequate, maybe. I don't even know.
You're not worthy?
Yeah, not worthy, inadequate, not.
Not screw the man.
Yeah.
So I mean, when you think of the authority piece, right?
Right.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, because ultimately, I think always like until I got sober, like I've never thought I was deserving of it. You know, like I never thought. Like even when my life got good, like I would sabotage it. You know what I'm saying? I would, because maybe I wouldn't think that I should have it, or you know, something of that sort. But yeah, it's I don't know, those beliefs will fuck you up, you know. Excuse my language, but they will. And like I'm at a place now, like where I want to grow, you know. I want to get to the place where like I can be a good person. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I still, like, I'm a good person, but I have like, I have a really bad attitude sometimes, you know. Like like I said, I don't like police. I don't at all, and there's no, I shouldn't not like the police. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't, but I don't. I don't like them. You know, and it's dangerous. It's really a dangerous place to be in, and it's, I don't know. It's just it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
You know?
So when we were just outside the Fort Collins police pulled into the Zoom hour, what were you thinking then?
I don't even know. I said something to him.
Did you?
Something had smart ass stuff when he pulled in the thing. Like I didn't say it directly to him, but when he passed by. But yeah, I don't know. It's just it's dangerous. It is. It's dangerous, and that attitude gets me every time. You know, and it's that attitude. Like I said, I that criminal mindset and that criminal behavior gets me in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Like, and sometimes I'm so over the top, I don't even care. Like, I'll waive my options and say, but who cares? You know what I'm saying? Because I get to, I'm still coming out on top even if I get in trouble.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Are you getting your ultimate goal?
No, because my ultimate goal is I want to overcome these things.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't like my attitude towards authority. I don't like it, and I want to change it, and I want to fix it, and I want to figure out why I have it, you know, and like I don't know. I really don't know. I have no clue. Like I said, I shouldn't not like the police. I shouldn't, you know, like.
So what do you think the first step that you could? What would be a first step to start changing that thinking?
Well, I don't know. I mean, just even some gratitude for them, like some self-taught gratitude all the time, like as you know, kind of fake it till you make it, like you know, until it really becomes
ingrained in
real in your life, you know. Because I mean, my sobriety was kind of like that. Like I mean, I wanted it so bad, but I wasn't sure I was ready for it, and so when I got my 16 months, when I had 16 months of sobriety, like my first 7 or so months was really tough. Like it was hard, you know. I mean, because I was so ambivalent. Like and it wasn't that I didn't want to be clean. I wanted to be clean, but I wasn't sure it was possible.
Right.
You know, so when my life started to change and I started to continue doing all the funky things that they say, you know, the funny cliches and stuff, and my life began to change, and I began to get a good life, and I began to see that it was actually possible. Man, it was different. And so like, and I know I can change this attitude, but like, you know, cops have beat the brake pads off me before, you know. Now, was part of it my fault? Certainly, you know, but they didn't need to beat me like they did.
Right.
You know.
There's some trauma involved with that too.
Oh yeah,
you know, obviously.
You know, being in prison, the cops do not treat you good, you know, and I mean, yeah, they're COs, but they're still, they're cops, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're not street police, but they're cops, you know.
How old were you when you were in prison?
I went to prison at 21.
21?
Yeah, 21, 22. Yeah.
Gotcha. So right out at 29?
Yeah. Almost 30.
So they went your 20s, huh?
Yeah, all of them. Yeah. And I don't know, it's built like a deep-seated resentment, you know, and it stems way back. Like I said, like I mean, from my first arrest, like I don't remember my family ever not liking the cops. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean,
even your dad?
Well, I mean, he was an alcoholic, but he wasn't like anti-authority. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't. No, he wasn't. Like.
Wasn't he military?
Yeah.
He was military.
Yeah, he was in Vietnam and in the Marine Corps. Then he played professional football.
Right.
But yeah, it's I don't know. It's.
Okay. Well, you know, we're not going to solve it all today.
Right.
So start small.
Right.
You know,
yeah.
and you talked about talking with gratitude or having a gratitude thought go through your brain instead of having the negative thought go through your mind. So maybe start with that.
Right.
Give it a try for the next week, and then we can talk more about it and see how that's going. So you mean like you were saying, it's ingrained in your mind, and it builds these little pathways in your brain, and they're probably kind of pretty deep when it revolves around the authority figure.
Right.
So to get that to change is going to take a lot of time to do that.
Right.
But I think you've got a great start because you got your self-awareness, and you know it's there, and you want to change it. You're just not sure how to change it.
Right.
But it's 34 years worth of stuff too, or since you were 11 till then, so it's 20 some years. But still, it's a long time for that to be sunk in your brain that cops are bad.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, it is. It's a battle. My mom always tells me why.
I'm like, I don't know.
I know.
Can figure it out one step at a time, though, huh?
Right.
Yeah. All right. Doing okay?
Yep. I'm doing good. This week was good.
Okay. Any concerns?
Just moving through it. I wish we had more recreation.
But But yeah, I take you for a walk today, and then you complain.
I don't like walking.
Okay.
I don't like walking.
Well, we'll walk and we'll drop and do 10 and walk some more and do some more exercise in between. How about that?
That's a little different. So
Well,
you want to do
okay.
these? You want to do these goals?
Let's do those goals. So goal, what are we goal
Goals 2? Yep.
All right. So goal 2.
It's just identify and list the current life situations that create and increase stress and emotional instability for you.
Mm-hmm.
Really, like, I've eliminated like most of the bad stuff out of my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't kick with bad people, with the exception of like, relationship stress and
Mm-hmm.
like the stress of being in a correction facility.
Right.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know life happens, you know what I'm saying, and there's stressful times, but for the most part, like, I can deal with what's going on, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But what I put was, for me in my life today, I've been working very hard over the last couple of years to rid myself of all stressful situations. When it comes to emotional instability, I believe that's kind of out of my control. Life happens.
Mm-hmm.
Over the years, I found ways to relieve myself of emotional heartache. Since becoming clean and sober, life has simply become manageable. Being in situations such as prison or correctional setting does bring stress into life, but through talking, asking for help, listening,
Mm-hmm.
each and every situation is getting better.
Sure.
So,
If you had to pick an area that was stressful right now, what would be your biggest stressor?
just being here. Yeah, it's hard for me, you know. I have a whole life outside of here,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and for me to have to be here after, and I understand, you know, my drug score rating or whatever is out the roof, but I haven't had a relapse since. I didn't go to prison for using this time. I didn't go, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
there hasn't. I've been sober, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So for me to be, I feel like for me to be taking a bet for somebody else when I could be out there being a constructive, positive member of the community,
Right.
is not only a waste of tax dollars, but is a waste of my
Mm-hmm.
and your time in a sense. I know you're helping, but at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, like, somebody probably needs this a lot more than I do, you know. And I know I've got some issues and I got to deal with them. But like I said, I began a rigorous, you know, role of responsibilities, classes,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, change was beginning to take place in my life when all this,
Mm-hmm.
you know, kind of spiraled out of control. But like, I'm not perfect, you know, and so, you know, I was getting the drugs behind me, and yet, you know, like I said, I've been a certain way for a long time,
Right.
you know, so my behaviors don't just change automatically,
No.
you know,
Right.
just because I get off the drugs, I still have issues, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't commit a new crime. I didn't, you know what I'm saying? I didn't do anything but
Mm-hmm.
broke a fucking rule,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and they decided they wanted to send me to the joint. So it's very stressful for me on a daily basis because, like I said, I do have some help, but like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm affording a house, I'm paying, you know, all my bills, and
Right.
I'm not even in the house living there,
Mm-hmm.
just so that I have a stable, good place to go when I get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
My entire life savings is just, you know, going to. So it's hard for me on a daily basis to be like, fuck, one more day of this, one more day of this.
Mm-hmm.
But I just
What'd you
think,
say this morning though?
what?
When you have a problem, what do?
Persevere, and that's what
Put
I'm.
your helmet on and you go straight on through, don't
Yeah,
you?
and that's where I'm at. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's stressful for me. You know,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
it's hard for me to, um, every day. It's hard. You know,
Mm-hmm.
to do the next best thing. But like I said at the beginning of us talking, is if I get one thing, it was worth it. You know what I'm saying? If I learn one thing, or if I get over one thing, or if I learn something new about myself,
Mm-hmm.
and am able to identify, I think I can make a change with, you know, and that it'll have been worth it. But at the same time, it doesn't make it any less stressful.
Right.
You
Right.
know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right.
So.
Does it tell you how you deal with the stress?
This
That's
is
the next
identify
one?
ways, you identify ways you've been dealing with these stresses recently and come up with lists of new ideas on how to deal more productively with these stresses. Um, I've been working very hard to stop and think when it comes to stressful situations to find where and why the situation is bothering me first. And then, depending on how deep or the magnitude of the issue, I find a way to break free from it, either by talking about it, find the root of the issue, or maybe work out if it's really a bad situation, like to where I get angry or I'm really mad about a situation. I'm really into physical fitness today, so like I'll work out, do some push-ups, do some burpees, whatever it might be, because like when I get real stressed out, I get angry. I get angry. There's not like when I, you know what I'm saying? There's not really a.
Is there, can you feel yourself getting to the anger point,
Yeah.
or is it
Oh
just
yeah.
that quick?
Yeah, no, and that's what I'm saying. Like I find out like today that's something I do. Like I ask myself, like when something makes me angry or something stresses me out to the point where like I feel it or I'm thinking it's it's detrimental to whatever I'm doing. It's obviously taking me my thoughts away. I'll think about like what's going on. What's really going on here? Why are you upset? What's rubbing you the wrong way? Why are you feeling that way? Um, and then I'll talk to somebody, and that's usually what I do. I just talk to somebody because I mean I've only been stressed to the point a couple of times since I've been here to where I've really had to like let off some steam and be like, So I mean, but yeah, physical fitness for me is like
a big one.
Yeah, it's big, and just even just working out on a daily basis in the mornings, or and then getting a little evening workout. I'm fine. I can deal with everything. Like I don't get to that point where I'm just like because of the self talk and being able to identify. I mean life happens. Good things happen to bad. I mean bad things happen to good people.
That they do.
And it's just you can't stop the world from turning. It's just sometimes things are bad, sometimes they're good. And it's part of life. But it's just realizing, for me, it's mainly just realizing um, where it's coming from. And asking myself why is that making me mad, and then realizing it really shouldn't make me mad in the first place. Like I really shouldn't be tripping about a certain situation, or I shouldn't be stressed about that situation because it's really not a big deal.
Right.
So, yeah.
Are you able to catch yourself pretty much in that process, or is it more towards the end after you calm down and you go back and think all that stuff?
No, like really today, like I don't. I mean, life's manageable. It really is for me. Like I mean, sometimes I get pissed, I do, but for the most part, I'm able to deal with it before anything, comes up, and like I said, and if not, I grab somebody and talk to them, or I just go in my room and get my bands and start working out, or do some burpees, or whatever it might be, and just get recluse for a minute, get away from everything, so that I don't get,
To that point.
yeah. It's just mainly for me. It's just recognizing like the situations, because before, especially when I was in active addiction, like it just didn't matter, like and so it would be so suppressed, and I'd have so much garbage that I wasn't dealt with, wasn't looked at, and then I'm at the store and somebody steps on my toe and I fire off on them, and next thing you know, I beat somebody up in the store and I got an assault case, and I'm like, I'm going away to jail in handcuffs, and it's all, you know what I'm saying, because of, I mean, it's a dangerous thing. So I try not to go to sleep with any sorrow or anger or anything every night,
That's growth there. That's growth,
Yeah.
Adam, if you got to that point, to this point, that's a lot of growth going on, a lot of work that you've been doing too, so you should pat yourself on the back and be, hey, good job, yeah, look at that, it's never too late to learn.
Right.
Never too late. Alright, what's the last one?
Identify the ways you've been utilizing free time and exploring new, healthier ways while developing time management skills. What I wrote is there's many things that I'm doing today which are helping me to develop a healthier, more positive life. sports, physical fitness are paramount today in my life. More than anything, I don't allow myself to get bored. I find something to do, from helping others to doing something to contribute to my sobriety, or just being of service, cleaning, just doing something positive or constructive. And like I've been doing that for a while, a long while, for the last couple of years. But and it works, you know. It does. It works. If I allow myself to get bored, or yeah, that could be the end of it. Yeah.
How are you dealing with the boredom here then?
I always find something to do. Yeah, I always find something to do, even though there's not much to do. I find something to do. Yeah. From strumming a guitar that I don't know how to play to
at least you're trying.
Wrestling around with Tobin to working out, playing basketball, talking, pick up the phone, clean, mop, write, homework.
So how do you think you're going to deal with the boredom on the outside then?
I've already got a good routine. I go to meetings. Yeah, I go to meetings. I go to church. I got a 24-hour fitness. I got a year membership there, which will be expiring here in like January or something. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I do things. You know, I do a lot of things. I play frisbee golf. I play golf. I go to rec. I play basketball. I do a lot of things. You know. I do.
Lots of physical stuff, and then the meetings and church.
Yeah.
How's your family fit into all that?
Well, my family, most of them are out and they're not here.
Right.
So it's just me and you know, my peers really, and my girlfriend, you know, where she can be involved. But like, I don't know, me and my mom are really close. Like we talk. I talk to her almost every day, even from here. You know, I talk to her almost every day. Me and my brother are really close, but we've grown kind of distant. But he has 3 kids now. And they're real close. Well, they're real close in age, so he just started having kids, and
He's got little ones.
He's busy. He's put it lightly. He's busy. So we've just kind of grown distant, but we're still really close. And then I got a really old grandma in Boulder, who I see now and then, you know, but she's old. She's getting.
She's 100. You told me.
102.
Yeah.
She's got she's doing really well. She just I don't know, she's old, you know.
Well, yeah.
She's old.
102. Yeah.
So it's just.
She still lives on her own, doesn't she?
Yeah. Well, she has people.
Yeah,
that like come check on her and stuff like that. But yeah, she lives alone. It's crazy. And like my uncle lives in Steamboat Springs, and he comes down 3 times a week. So, and she's got some, I don't know, it's not a hospice, but like somebody who comes and checks on her. Yeah, they used to have, before my grandfather died, they had to live in hospice because my grandfather wanted to die at home. So, but yeah, like she still walks like a mile a day. Like they live up by Chautauqua, and she goes like walks around the bureau. Yeah, she's insane.
So you got a long life left ahead of you. You take after your grandparents.
Yeah. My grandpa was 98. He died last October. My great grandmother, she lived to be 96. No, 106.
106?
106.
Holy cow.
And my grandma's 102.
Wow.
So, yeah, my great grandma, she lived to be 106, not 96.
Still.
Yeah, no, so I mean, I don't want to be that old. Hell no. No, take me about 75, 80, I'm good.
Okay. Right.
But, yeah, so I mean, that's kind of where I'm at. I try and, I mean, my family is very supportive, and you know, I have my daughter in Houston, and for the first time last year I got her for the summer, and I would have had her this summer too, but
there's next summer.
Yeah, they had another place for me to go. But so yeah, I mean, it's good. I mean, it's good. It's coming along. Everything is coming, falling in order, I guess, per se.
What have you learned so far in the program?
What have I learned?
Yeah. Have you learned anything yet?
I don't know if you really say I've learned anything, really,
Okay.
truthfully. I just,
Is there anything you look at
yeah,
differently?
well,
Maybe?
like I said, I got sent to prison this time for something so minuscule and so ridiculous. I mean,
Mhm.
it's the most, like, I'm accountable and responsible for when I do something wrong. There was no reason to send me to the joint.
Mhm.
They could have put me in community corrections. They could have done so many different things. So, I mean, I had a great job, you know, have my own home, got my license back, had my daughter in my life, like,
Mhm.
you know, and there was
There's
no,
some bitterness here.
yeah, of course, but there's no, there was no reason. Like,
Mhm.
there was no reason, no ethical reason in the world. Like, I've never been a positive, constructive member of the community, and for the first time, I proved to be that.
Mhm.
You know, I mean, from getting my license back after not
Mhm.
having it for 13 years,
Mhm.
paying all my legal fines and fees, having my daughter in my life, full child support caught up, um, like, why why would they? I mean, I fully proved myself. Before
Mhm.
that, I didn't have a job for longer than a week,
Mhm.
if I even worked.
Okay.
No place to lay my head.
So what do you think are
Breaking the
some
law left and
reasonings?
right.
What's some reasoning
Well,
behind that then, you think?
what do you mean?
Why? Why would they do that?
Because they're animosity. Because they don't like to see. To me personally, and this is
Mhm.
why I have an authority problem.
Mhm.
They want me to stay in the system because it's dollars for them. They want me to stay a wreck. Uh, they want me because I'm money to them.
Okay.
I'm a lot of money to them. They
Mhm.
put somebody like me in prison, they get $37,000 a year from taxpayers, and they only spend maybe 10 on me
Mhm.
while I'm in the penitentiary. Maybe.
Okay.
It's a business, you
Mhm.
know? I mean, that's seriously. Because there's no ethical, like you asked my family 4 years ago wouldn't even talk to me.
Mhm.
Wouldn't even talk to me. I was, you know,
Mhm.
why?
Right.
Why would they? I was a complete pesticide. Now, what you ask them today, and
Mhm.
before they sent me to prison, like, my mom flew from New York to talk to the judge before I got sentenced,
Mhm.
and they just didn't care.
Mhm.
Like, they just didn't care,
Okay.
you know. And it's
So what are you gonna do about it now?
well, that's why I'm looking at every single facet of my life with much more detail. Like I said, I mean, sure, you know, they said I had to be at this place at this time, and I wasn't at this place at this time. But I didn't abscond. I wasn't 10 hours late. I just wasn't where I was supposed to be.
Mhm.
I was out eating with my girlfriend,
Right.
you know, truthfully,
Mhm.
a couple times. And because of that, they sent me to prison.
Mhm.
You know,
Mhm.
I mean, so it's causing me to say, this is really bad.
Mhm.
Like, if they can send me to prison for something so small, for
Mhm.
just breaking a rule, or for just um,
But breaking the
being lack of
rule
responsible,
twice, right?
3 times.
3 times.
Yeah, but still, it's not even that. And they were tricky about the situation. They didn't even tell me the first 2 times.
Mhm.
They just put a check mark by it, check mark by it. So then when I did it again, it looked like did it habitually.
Mhm.
And they didn't even warn me. Had they warned me one time, I would have never done it again.
Mhm.
You know?
Mhm.
Everybody does it in work release. Everybody goes to see their family. They don't just go straight to work, back to the jail. They go from the jail, they go eat
Right.
breakfast, and then they go to work, and then they come by and see their girlfriends, and then they go
Mhm.
back. Whatever. Everybody does it.
Okay. So that's what I hear you saying.
No, they do.
Everybody does it, so that's okay if I do it too.
No, it's not okay if I do it too.
Okay,
I got
just
put in
asking.
prison for it. No, I got
Mhm.
sent to prison for it.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just saying. So, but that was my. I mean, it's not. It's not. For me, it wasn't. There's no reason or rationale for them sending me to prison.
Okay.
If I hadn't established myself the way I did, them sending me to prison possibly would have done exactly what they wanted it to do, which would have been, I would have got out homeless. I wouldn't have had nothing. I would have went back to drugs. I would have went back to doing crimes. But I established myself. You know, I had over $20,000 put in the bank
Mhm.
that I had saved, and I was able to keep my house, and I was able to pay my bills, and I'm able to have this so that I can go home to it.
Mhm.
You know, because had I lost these things,
Be
oh,
back.
yeah, no question in my mind, I'd be using drugs again. I'd be committing major crimes again, and I just wouldn't care
Mhm.
because, you know what I'm saying? And that's possibly what they wanted to happen so that they could, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because they really didn't rehabilitate anybody.
Right.
They didn't. I mean, they sent me to a prison that had no rehabilitation, that had no programs, that had no incentives, that had no jobs.
Mm-hmm.
So all I did was sit around with a bunch of criminals and talk criminal conduct.
Right.
That's all I did. I mean, it was absolutely the most stupidest thing I could have ever imagined.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But that's neither here nor there, because
Mm-hmm.
what it is now today I'm looking at everything with intricate detail. Like I said, like, I mean, even when I do something wrong, as small as taking food to my room, like, I look at it and I think about it, and I may laugh at it, but at the same time, like, I find, Adam, that's really stupid, that could get you in trouble, you know, don't do that next time, just eat in the cafeteria, you don't need to get over on them, there's no reason, you know.
Good.
So I'm starting to fix those things, because just like I said at the beginning of all this spiel, was all I did was go out to eat with my girlfriend. You know, all I did was go to the gym instead of going to the AA meeting. You know, I mean,
which to you seemed like no big deal, but for them,
right, and that's the thing. That's what I'm saying.
As much as committing a crime again, wasn't it?
No, yeah, I might as well have.
Yeah.
I might as well have. But so it just, it makes today, like, I'm looking at things with a much keener eye, per se. You know, I'm not just kind of dancing through. You know, I'm really working on it.
Good.
And so I mean, like I said, I'm not happy that I'm here.
But you're making the best of it.
Yeah. I am.
Right.
I'm doing everything I can.
Because that's what I see up there. I see you making the best of it. I don't see you being the unhappy, pessimist person that comes to group and whines about everything. To me, I see you.
I didn't like that walk today, though.
I'm sorry.
No, my legs are so sore.
But you didn't go too far.
Yeah, no, I mean, I like it. I like it sometimes. But most of the time I do. I enjoy it.
Because usually that's all you want to do is go for a walk.
I know my legs, and we did a crazy leg workout the other day. And, man,
it wasn't even this morning?
It was 2 days ago.
2 days ago, and you're still feeling it.
So, but yeah, so I'm just keep on keeping on. You know, and
there is that.
I know it'll be over from. Hey, have you heard anything from Janet on my parole?
No.
Because I
Was
wrote.
she supposed to? Tell me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because she said she was going to find out what I was tabled to, PPD, if hopefully I leave parole upon completion of this program.
Okay.
That's what I mean, that's really what I'm hoping for.
Okay.
I mean,
and you still want to go in a couple weeks to the bank and stuff too?
Yeah.
To do all of that stuff?
We can probably do it this